Whiterun, I haven't seen your desperately ugly fortified walls in ages. And a really, really self-assured guard up in the tower there. Actually, come to think of it, why do the walls look like they've been half crumbled here? You'd figure that they could maintain them just a little bit better. You figure that actually, you'd figure it would be like a top priority to maintain the walls. It was the #1 thing that made you safe way back in the day. Only reason why walls fell out of favor was because you blast a cannonball at the bottom and they just fall right the hell over.
Divine smile on you, friend.
Anyways, you know, I've got that mammoth tusk, so... Aha! Ysolda! She's right here.
Once I've made enough money trading with the Khajiit caravans, I'm going to buy the bannered mare from Hulda.
I wish you the best in that endeavor, Ysolda. Speaking of which, the road to doing so is long. And I know that it's been quite a while, but I finally got you your mammoth tusk. Here.
Thank you. This should turn that old cat's gaze. Maybe I'll be able to become a caravaneer myself one day. As promised, let me show you a thing or two about bargaining. Don't want some shifty merchant giving you a raw trade.
Thank you. I'll definitely put it to good use. In any case, best of luck to you, Ysolda. I'll be on my way.
Farewell.
Yes, indeed. Alright, now let's go talk with,
I work with my mother.
Oh, what's her name? Aela?
It's fun most days.
And there it is, friends.
Man, it's been a while since I've been to the companion hall. I've really taken my sweet time getting back here. Well, that seems to be the case every time. I really like how they carved into these logs to make those designs. Ah, right at the door for me.
I've been running interference for you around here. I don't think anyone's caught on to our little campaign. Have you been bringing the battle to the Silver Hand, friend? I wish I could be there with you. Soon enough.
Well, if by bringing the battle to them you mean cutting them down where they stand, easier than a scythe against grain, then yes. Here are the plans you sent me to find.
Perfect. Hopefully this will let us know more about their movement. I think we've got them on the run.
Do you now? I'd advise not to underestimate any enemy. But let us continue our endeavor. I assume you have more for me to do.
And there is more work to be done, but I fear that Kodlak's gotten wind of our recent efforts. He's asked to see you. My advice, always be honest with the old man, but don't tell him anything he doesn't need to know.
Oh my. Well then, let's go chat with Kodlak. I can't imagine that he knows. Like, really bugs me that I can't take that. How many pieces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Uthgard? I think that's the name of the axe. I don't remember. Uthgard. You just shut right up. Usually I'm greeted by a slew of, you know, random dialogue whenever I walk down here. Kodlak.
Thank you for coming.
You wanted to see me, Kodlak?
Yes, youngling. Have a seat.
Well, if you insist.
I hear you've been busy of late.
Indeed. Aela and I work to avenge Skjor's death.
Your hearts are full of grief, and my own weeps at the loss of Skjor. But his death was avenged long ago. You have taken more lives than honor demanded. The cycle of retaliation may continue for some time. In any case, I have a task for you. Have you heard the story of how we came to be werewolves?
Well, Skjor told me that it was a gift. A blessing from the Daedric Lord here seen.
Aye, that sounds like him. As in all matters of faith, though, the reality is more complicated than one believer would tell you.
That is true. Most stories are falsehoods, focused on glorification, even if they do have an inkling of truth. And what of you, Kodlak? Do you know what is fact Do you seek to impart the truth in its nuance? Because if you wish to share, I am listening.
The companions are nearly 5,000 years old. This matter of beast blood has only troubled us for a few hundred. One of my predecessors was a good but short-sighted man. He made a bargain with the witches of Glenmoril Coven. If the companions would hunt in the name of their lord Hircine, we would be granted great power.
And this is how the companions became werewolves.
They did not believe the change would be permanent. The witches offered payment, like anyone else. But we had been deceived.
If this is true, tricksters should be hunted down. The witches should be culled where they nest for their trickery.
We'll get to that. It's not so simple as just killing them, though. The disease, you see, affects not just our bodies. It seeps into the spirit. Upon death, werewolves are claimed by Hircine for his hunting grounds. For some, this is a paradise. They want nothing more than to chase prey with their master for eternity. And that is their choice. But I am still a true Nord, and I wish for Sovngarde as my spirit home.
Then you seek a cure. Is it even possible to cleanse beast blood? Especially given that it is Daedric in nature.
That's what I've spent my twilight years trying to find out. And now I've found the answer. The witch's magic ensnared us, and only their magic can release us. They won't give it willingly, but we can extract their foul powers by force. I want you to seek them out. Go to their coven in the wilderness. Strike them down as a true warrior of the wild. And bring me their heads, the seat of their abilities. From there, we may begin to undo centuries of impurity.
I understand. And given the nature of this request, and the state of the other companions, am I to do this alone?
You shall have no shield, brother, this time. But the spirit of Ysgramor goes with you to restore the honor of his legacy. Talos guide you, lad.
All right. All right, you stupid Coven witches.
Feeling there's trouble ahead.
Damn straight there's trouble ahead, Goldir. And you know what the trouble is? It's us. It's us making trouble ahead. It's never what we're walking into. Oh, look. It's a little, Spriggan shrine. Ooh. An enchanted war axe. Undead flea. I don't really know that that's worth anything, but, you know. Every single time I pick up an enchanted weapon, I have to ask myself, yeah, there's a witch down there. I have to ask myself, is it really worth going and disenchanting? As an enchanter, as someone who always uses the enchanting tree, like I would be very, very hard-pressed never to enchant in this game. I have to ask, is it worth disenchanting that piece of equipment? Because I remember in my first playthrough, Jesus Christ, that is a really fucking ugly head. Calm down there, Goldir. No need to rip someone's heart out. Do spiders even... Oh, damn it. Missed it. Do spiders even have hearts? This is a good question. I am no etymologist. I'm sorry, entomologist. There's a difference. Etymology is like... I don't even know if I'm saying the word right. I always get it wrong. Etymology is the study of the origin of words, how they came to be, and where they, what they were once upon a time, etc. Just the history of words themselves. And entomology is the history of creatures, specifically insects, I believe. Don't quite remember. Anyways, I remember whenever I first played through this game way back in the day, that I would disenchant every weapon and every piece of armor that I could get my hands on, so that I could have all of the enchantments in my inventory, or in my, you know, enchantment book, as it were, my knowledge. But, geez, you know, am I? Yeah, it looks like I'm filling up the correct gems. I think that these witches are filling common gems because I've killed 2 of them, and I've come out here with no Like, I came out here with that filled grand gem, so... Anyways, the problem that I ran into was the fact that later in the gameplay, I was just completely and totally swamped. I had to do tons and tons of scrolling every single time I, found, every single time I wanted to do a new enchantment. I just had too many, and, you know, as would be the case with a game that you play over and over again, Skyrim being just that type of a game, I have long since learned it's like, no, there's only a select few things that are worth collecting. What the heck did I? Must have been the Frost Atronach. I thought that there was something that I could pick up or whatever. There, I was wrong. Really weird how they've put up a whole bunch of spikes around the edges of the walls. Like, who's gonna go charging into the wall? That's like battlements. Yeah, so now, whenever I get my hands on an enchanted weapon, if it's not something that I find particularly useful, I don't bother with it. So I'll always pick up fire enchantments, and, ice enchantments, and, lightning enchantments. But I'll, like, you know, make undead flee or fear or something. It's like, nah, that's not really worth it. Of course, the most valuable of them all, I think, for at least weapons, being the enchantment to drain health. Like, drain it from them and then add it to your health pool. Speaking of pools, I wonder if there's anything down in this little water. You can't overlook Bethesda's interest in you know, hiding treasure chests down in water, and this looks like it's too shallow to actually have anything inside of it. This is, like, the companion quest line is something that I almost never do. I'm certain I've said that in the past, but, you know, just repeat it right now. I pretty much never do the companion quest line, or any of the quest lines for that matter. I find myself running around and just cleaning dungeons out and having a whole lot of fun, role-playing my own personal character who doesn't have an affiliation with anyone in particular, just being your generic adventurer where it's like, yeah, I run out and I grab stuff out of dungeons and I sell it off and, you know, I build up a manor on my own and that's where my fun is at. And I don't know why I'm talking in a voice like this. Woo. I don't know why, I'm having a lot of fun with the physics in this game right now. No good reason. I already looted that guy. Where is the next Hagraven? I think I've only got... Yeah, I've only got two. Only got two. Hello. You are a petty soul just waiting to turn into a dagger. Get out of here. You know, I'm amazed. I'm almost level 30 and I'm still using this Skyforge Warhammer. And again, like, I know that I've also said this in a previous episode, Skyforge Warhammers specifically aren't in Skyrim. This has been surreptitiously added in by one of my mods. I think it was Midden, I believe. Or, no, it was Book of Silence, I believe. Book of Silence added it in. And, you know, I did some research to find out. Another petty soul! Damn skeevers. Sorry, Golder, didn't mean to hit you there. Alright. I've already... God, I've never actually heard a Hagraven speak. Of course, then again, I'm usually a stealth user. Well... Yeah, this is actually the first time... The first legitimate time that I'm playing through the game in any serious capacity using, a weapon. Because all the other times, it's like, it's bow and sneak, which means that I, like, one-shot kill things. Oh my god, Iron Boots of Hauling. And, oh, Slaughterfish Scales. Perfect. The Horrors of Castle Zyre. Or Zir, however that's supposed to be said. More Slaughterfish Scales. Very valuable, the Slaughterfish Scales, because, I need to mount Slaughterfish in my house still. I keep forgetting to purchase them from, like, alchemy vendors and whatnot. I really should. Like, compose a list or something to keep in front of me so that I know to pick them up whenever I go shopping and whatnot. Ooh, nice shade. Okay, it looks like I've skipped everything and the loot chest is empty. This is obviously the last of the Glenmoril that I was supposed to kill. And it looks like this water is just... It's way too shallow for it to have anything inside for me. So, ooh, wait, what's this? Whitecaps, nice. So, like, I don't think I've ever gotten up close and personal with, Hagravens before. And anytime that I have gotten up close and personal with Hagravens, I was panicking because it was, you're not supposed to do that. Like, you know, as a stealth character, you suck in the heat of combat. As a magic user, you suck up close. So you always try to keep your distance in both of those scenarios. But in this case, yeah, it's hammer to face action. I have to get right up on top of them. I've never actually heard the Hagravens speak before. This is just proof that the law, like, sometimes you find out that you haven't experienced certain parts of a game, especially a game like Skyrim here, if you always play it the same way. Sometimes, you know, just really forcing yourself to play the game a different way can lead to the most radically different gameplay experience. Oh, lucky, I almost didn't get my Enchanting on it. Get out of here, you stupid witch. Smash. Alright, so, I only had to grab one of their heads, but it was an option to just completely wipe the Coven out. Way I see it, stands to reason. Also, I'm kind of eager to get rid of this beast blood. I'm not using it, and it's actually a drain on the speed at which I level up, because I can't get the well-rested bonus as a werewolf. Ooh, Enchanting. Oh, I am so close to level 30. Oh my god. Okay, well, we've got an Enchanting. We've got an Enchanter here. So, let's start with Disenchanting. Should I disenchant any of this stuff? Well, you know what? Just for the sake of trying to level up right now, I'm gonna do it. I'm definitely disenchanting the Boots of Hauling. And I'll get this one as well. Hey, there we go. Leveled up. Sweet. Alright, now I'm just gonna go ahead and do standard enchanting. Okay, Goldir, that should be everything. Before we get out of here, though, I want to level up my character since I got that option. Pop stamina once more. After I'm done, after level 31 will be the last time I take stamina. Okay, Skull Crusher. Ignore more armor with my Warhammer. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. Okay, Goldir. We are all done here. I've got a series of enchanted daggers and, you know, hide boots and crap that I've picked up. And now it's just a matter of making my way out. I don't know that we're gonna head straight back to Whiterun. There's probably one or two more things that I could do. I don't know where I'm headed out from here, but there's plenty more to do. God knows my quest log still has plenty of stuff in it. In any case, there's a lot left to do. And can you believe it? I've only been to 2 out of the 5 or 8 cities here, so onwards we go.